Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Recognize royalty. Recognize royalty. Gotta recognize it. Recognize royalty. Like they ain't got eyes to recognize royalty.
First question is, which people in history have used black as a proper noun to refer to themselves?
No. Okay. Nah. See. Yeah. You see.
Heavens,
Bro. You asked the question incorrectly. That's why I
What?
said it. You could read it, but I told you, family. He asked, brother. Again, I just did a whole live right now today. I was correcting that lead paint tether in Baltimore. You know how I do.
Can I say something, Ron? Ron, can I say something? Ron,
Oh, yeah. Look. Hold on.
ChatGPT answered the question. How you telling me I asked it wrong and ChatGPT answered the question? It even repeated the question back.
I got it. I'm ASL in chat.
I'm listening, bro.
You would think if I heard the question, and if he had any genuine bone in him, if he gave me the question and I said that question is wrong, it's phrased wrong, SL, you would think the next thing he would say is, then what's the right question, right?
Exactly.
How should I phrase the question then? So I could put it in later or whatever. He could say, let me read what I got to read now. But
How are you going to tell me
phrased?
what my question is, Ron?
I'm not. What? Yo, is he crazy? Bro, your question is based off my claim. So if you're asking the question wrong based on my claim, you won't get there. You're not representing me. Yeah, he's trying to read ChatGPT to debunk me, but he asked the question wrong.
Okay, so tell me the right way to ask it, and then
Okay.
we'll both type it in.
And well, I already typed it in. You do it.
So tell me the right way.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me get back to it.
Got it. Now watch how easy this be, family.
Go ahead.
Okay. Are Black Americans
Are
The
Black
only people.
Americans
the only people? This
the
guy said
only
Chelsea proper
people
now. Right. To use,
to use
it might get my head, black
black
as a stand-alone ethnonym?
as a stand-alone ethnonym?
Right. That's how you answer that question. That's how you
Are
ask
Black
that question.
Americans the only people to use black as a standalone ethnonym?
Right.
All right, I'm going to send that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read what it says?
Sure.
It says
Yeah,
short
I'm gonna pay for
answer.
it first.
It says short answer, no. But Black Americans are the most sustained, consistent, and institutionally entrenched users of black as a standalone ethnonym. No other group has used it in quite the same way for quite as long or with the same depth.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Here's the clean
There's
breakdown.
more.
Here's the clean breakdown. Black American.
Okay, wait, stop. Okay, I think you just skipped a bunch of stuff. So look, I'm gonna type it into share my screen because he paused
Okay.
and SL caught him. I caught him like, yeah, keep going. Like, why you?
You want me to read it
He
again? You want me to
skipped-
start over from the
Okay.
top? Because I
So
can start
here's
over
the
from the
thing.
top and you'll see that I didn't skip anything.
No, but how do we see it? We can't see it.
But you just said you were gonna type it in yourself. Go ahead and type it in
Okay, let
yourself
me-
and share your
Let
screen.
me do it. All right, got you.
Okay, so Ron, I agree with
Hold
what
on.
I read so far. Do you agree
Okay,
with
hold
what
on.
I read so far?
I don't know what you read.
You want me
And,
to read it again?
Hold on. Nah, because you can't share
No,
your
I'd like to
screen,
read
so
it again and then because it's very short. Let me just read it again and we'll see if we both.
Nah. We don't know what you're reading.
What do you mean? You're about to pull it up.
Right. But we don't know what you actually typed in. Like I said type it in, but we don't know what you actually typed in. We can't see it. There's no way to verify. Okay, so now I'm gonna be more responsible and share my screen so y'all can see what I typed in. So nobody has to trust me. You dig? It's like, are you able to read that? The question?
Yeah. Are you talking about the short answer? It says great question.
Just the question. Can you read the question?
Yeah. Are Black Americans the only people to use Black as a standalone ethnonym for our unified name?
Okay, cool. So now they got the question. It's a big question, and this is exactly the kind of linguistic plus historical nuance that gets misunderstood in debates. Okay, so it qualifies that, hey, this is about linguistics. I keep trying to tell you guys, they had never studied no language from the beginning. Studied Greek, studied some Spanish, know about syntax, I know about rules. And when you study different languages, it helps you work on your English. Because when you study these languages, they expect you to already master the English language. So they expect you to know about adverbs, verbs, nouns, proper nouns. Like you got to know all this stuff in advance, or you'll never understand another language, because they're going to teach you the other languages by the book. It's going to teach you their verbs, their nouns, their their rules. It's going to be similar to ours. Okay, so this is what he read, right? No. Black Americans are not the only people who, so far I think we're reading the same thing. Okay, so who have used Black as a self-identifier, but Black Americans are unique in using Black as a standalone ethno-political group name in the modern world, in the way you're arguing, as a unified collective identity tied to a specific historical lineage and political project. So you see the standards. That's pretty much what he read. And he said, I agree with that part.
Yeah, and let's keep in mind while we're listening to him read, right? Let's keep in mind that is his claim. His claim is that Black Americans are the first and only people to use Black with a capital B as a proper noun, standalone ethnonym. That is his claim. And the short answer that ChatGPT gave him was no. Black Americans are not the first person to do so. So that blows his whole claim out of the water. But let's see where he wants to go to justify the nonsense that he's saying.
So now, we're going to go into how it's used globally. Now, everything you're about to read is what I already said. Because this is the problem with the lead paint Baltimore guy. Like, he misrepresented me saying nobody ever used Black. I said they did, but it's as a racial descriptor. Not okay. But anyway, it says most places use Black as a racial descriptor, not an ethnonym. It says in the most. My screen is cracked up badly, but I'll try. It says, and that's why I keep going down to go to the areas I can see. In most of the world, Black has an adjective. No, in most of the world, Black is an adjective, not a people group name. Examples: Black Brazilian, Black British, Black Canadian, Black South African. In these cases, Black usually means a racial category, and these people who call themselves Black, they still ethnically identify as Yoruba, Jamaican, Haitian, Brazilian, Akan, Zulu, Nigerian, etc. So he's already done. Okay, so they are all these folks in this bullet point. They use Black as a racial descriptor, and these are their real names. So tell the dream, Black is our real name. Okay, that's the point.
The point is that what you're reading, what he just read, is speaking about Jamaicans, Haitians, the Yoruba. Those are people today and how they use the term Black. And I agree that today they use the term Black more as a racial descriptor. When they want to talk about their ethnonym, they do say Jamaican, Haitian, Yoruba. But we're talking about back in history with Les Noirs. It wasn't just a racial descriptor. They used it as a pronoun, as a proper pronoun ethnonym. The question is, who are the first people to use Black as an ethnonym? So the fact that Haitians today may not use Black as an ethnonym doesn't mean that they weren't the first people to do so in history. They went from calling themselves Les Noirs to Haitians But when they called themselves Les Noirs, it was as a proper noun. It was an ethnonym. So he's confused. And he's confusing how it's used today by people in the diaspora to what the real argument is. How was it used back in history during the Haitian Revolution? And that's when we're saying it was used as an ethnonym. But he's confusing history with the present and is trying to make us think as if what ChatGPT is saying there is talking about throughout history. ChatGPT is referring to people today, people in the diaspora today, and how they use Black today. But let's hear some more.
It's so Black describes it says so Black to these people right here. It says etc. So there's more. This ain't the end of the list. It says so Black describes skin color or race classification, not a nation, people, or lineage group. So all these people here, they don't describe Black as a nation, people, or lineage group. Black Americans made Black into a political identity. In the 1960s, 70s, Black Americans deliberately transformed Black into a collective ethno-political identity. Oh my God. Key slogans: Black is beautiful, Dr. King. Black and proud, Black and I'm proud, James Brown. Black power, Kwame Ture. Right here, Black wasn't just color; it meant a people forged in what country is that?
U.S. slavery.
Right. That's why I say we're the only ones, because they weren't forged in U.S. slavery. Okay, a shared political struggle, a shared culture, dialect, and history. This is when Black became, read that hand.
I read it. This is when Black became capitalized and treated like a proper noun in the United States.
Keywords: in the United States. It had already been a proper noun ethnonym in the diaspora, in the Caribbean.
Okay. Why Black Americans are unique in this. Most African diaspora groups keep national or tribal identities outside the U.S. People rarely say we are just Black. People rarely say we are just Black. That's ethnonym. They don't do that. They say Jamaican, you're out, Tether Dream. They say Haitian, Trinidadian, Nigerian, Yoruba, Akan, Igbo, Afro-Brazilian, Afro-Colombian. They don't say I'm plainly just Black. Even when they use Black, it's usually secondary to ethnicity or nationality. It's secondary. It's always been primary over here.
It became secondary after they gained independence. But before they gained independence, it was primary. It was an ethnonym, a proper noun ethnonym. And again, it became secondary after these Caribbean nations gained their independence. So instead of referring to themselves as Black as an ethnonym, they would refer to themselves as Haitians. It always stayed primary for Black Americans because Black Americans never gained independence and always wanted to be separate from just being Americans. So they'd rather call themselves Black than Americans. But that's the only reason it became secondary for these Haitians and other Caribbeans, is because they gained independence and started referring to themselves as their nationality. But before it was secondary, it was primary and was used in the same way that Black Americans used it.
Okay, Black American uses Black as a unified replacement for lost ethnicity. Because of U.S. chattel slavery, tribal names were erased, languages destroyed, lineages broken. So Black Americans created a new collective identity. Look, that's ethnogenesis. I was going to say this, but it said it. That's ethnogenesis. A new people forming. Black became a surrogate ethnonym, a nation-like identity, a political category. This is historically rare. It's not common to have a dream. This is historically rare. Did other groups ever use black like this? Brazil has black movements, but people usually identify as Preto, Pardo, Afro-Brazilian. Everything I said earlier. No, I'm saying today wasn't today. Yeah, I'm mixing today with yesterday. This is everything I said yesterday, early afternoon, like 3 o'clock. I said today too when I'm in line. No, I'm lying. This was yesterday. Okay, so Black Brazilian is not a unified ethnonym replacing nationality. Is that clear? Okay. So now look at South Africa. During apartheid, black was used politically, black consciousness movement, but people still identified as Zulu, Exo. Hold on. These people in South Africa, their main name was not black. They still call themselves Zulu, Hausa, Soto, Afrikaner, colored. Okay, black. And you see the question right there still on the screen. It says black was a resistance. Black was a resistance identity, not a single ethnogenesis group. I mean, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about?
What we're talking about is the fact that even if they didn't refer to their individual tribes as black, in South Africa, they were referring to themselves as a people as a whole, all the tribes combined. And when they referred to themselves as a people, they referred to themselves as black, a black people. So that still is a form of an ethnonym or a proper noun, even in that context.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Let's keep going. The key difference. This is your debate point. So thank you for my debate point. Black Americans use black as a people group name, often as the primary identity tied to a specific lineage of slavery. That's why nobody can be black with us. Linked to political change, civil rights, reparations, representation. Others use black as a race or color. Family, you heard that? We use it as a what? We use it as a people group name and ethnonym. Everybody else uses it as a race, color. Primary identity remains ethnic or national. So their primary identity is not black. Their primary identity was Hausa, Jamaican, Haitian, and all those other tether names, right? So let's say, why critics get this wrong? This is why Dream gets this wrong. Africans and Caribbeans call themselves black too. They confuse, right? Look what he confuses. So it's preparing you for stupid ass rebuttal. Okay, he's going to confuse race label with ethnonym, peoplehood identity. Calling yourself Black Jamaican is not the same as calling yourself black as your main collective name. Your strongest layman argument. Everybody uses black as a color category. Black Americans are the only groups who turn black into a unified people identity because slavery erased our original ethnic names, or even simpler. Other people say black Nigerian or black Jamaican. We just say black. That's our argument. We just say black.
You just say black. You don't say black American? Wait, y'all don't say black American? Okay, that's news to me. That's news to everybody. But y'all say black American the same way Jamaicans say black Jamaicans or black Nigerians or whatever. But y'all don't just say black. You also say black American.
Because America erased our tribe names, so black became the tribe. Important reality check for accuracy. All right, so anyway, let me get out of there. Let me let him back on. Now watch this foot shuffling he does. Now he wants to pretend to us that he's going to read something that's contrary to that. He's coming back on. This is going to be hilarious. Go. I mean, that's ball game. That's a nuclear bomb. There's a golden dome over my claim. We're the only black.
Hey, with land in Iceland.
Right. Okay, Dream, did you hear what I read? Uh-oh, now he's back on mute like he says. He didn't know he was on mute earlier. Dream. Dream.
Why'd you come on talking like old boy that on the what's the name of that thing
Stewie.
again? Stewie. Watch. Watch. If he ever come back.
Okay, so he's coming back on another, I don't know, he's got double accounts.
He must be a family guy.
You.
Yes, sir. Did you hear anything I read?
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Okay. So did your research mirror that or was it different?
Well, I wasn't looking along. I had really only read the first
Yeah, but did
sentence of mine.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about
Okay,
mine.
cool.
I'm talking about mine. I only read like
I
the
got
first
you.
sentence, and you told me to
Yeah,
stop.
cool.
So you're
So
asking me
in my
if what
absence-
you read mirrors
Wait, hold
that.
on.
I don't know because I wasn't looking at that.
Look, bro, you said the same thing 10 times.
I'm just making it clear, bro.
You made it clear 10 times. I got it. But I thought, this is what I thought. I thought when I was scrambling to type it in there and listen, SL chat, I thought when I was scrambling to pull it up, it took about, how long it took? About 10, 15 minutes? I thought he would have
Hey, you were
read his.
scrambling.
Yeah, so I thought you would have proofread your research by then.
Bro, you threw me in
Okay,
the
go ahead.
back, bro. What the hell? You threw me in the back. How am I gonna proofread
But what
with
they
in
got-
the back?
Oh, so you didn't, this guy typed something in and never read it. Go ahead, bro.
I
Go
was waiting for you.
ahead, read it.
What the
Right,
hell?
that's smart. Go read it. Read it. Let's start from the top. Go.
Go read what?
So we
Mine?
got your question. Yeah, start from the top and go.
From the very top.
Like I did. I
Okay.
read. Go ahead.
Hang on. I gotta go back to it. Hang on.
Yeah, you're not gonna like these. These are not for kids. Here.
So I'm gonna repeat the question you told me to put in, and then read.
Okay, whatever. Just go. It don't matter. Here.
No, wait. Hang on. That's the question. That was my question. Let me get back to your question.
Well, you could read yours. It's here. We got the. You could go to yours now. we can see the
okay.
difference.
Okay. So I'll read mine. Mine said, which people in history have used black as a proper noun to refer to themselves? And it says quite a few groups and figures explicitly used black, often capital B, as a proper noun to name themselves, not just as a color adjective. What's important is intent. They were asserting peoplehood, not pigmentation. I'll lay this out chronologically so you can see how the idea develops. 1, early Africans and Afro-diasporic usage, pre-20th century. Africans and the African diaspora, informal or self-reference. It says in European languages from the 1500s onward, Africans sometimes adopted black in contrast to white once racial categories were imposed. This wasn't yet a unified political identity, but self-recognition.
Uh-oh.
You want me to read that one again?
Yeah, good.
You
Okay,
want me to
so
read that
wait.
sentence again?
Yeah, so those people were who?
Africans.
From what? He said Africa. That's a continent.
It
What
says,
people
it
were
says
he doing?
early Africans and Afro-diasporic
Okay.
usage. It doesn't
Okay,
say
cool.
what country. It just says Africa.
Wait, hold on. So that just told us absolutely nothing.
I agree. It doesn't like,
Okay.
and it just said that. It
All
said this wasn't yet a
right, so look.
unified political
so look,
identity. So it's not what
So-
we're looking for. I agree.
Okay, right. That's why I say you typed the question wrong. Okay, so now read
But
the new
that's
research.
the first piece of what it says. Like that's
Yeah,
number.
but already we can't even, bro. Like, hey, SL, what can I dispute? He never said, like, he got to say a name. Hausa, Igbo, Nakakuku.
He started
Right.
out with his
This
with
guy-
the question which. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and that's why I said, family. I said he typed it in wrong. That's why I said, yo, because now we got the truth, what it actually says. The research actually says. And guess what? Anybody can type it in. So it ain't just like we only got. You could type in your AIs, everybody. So it ain't like we got the only search engines. Y'all got search engines too. So he started off by saying absolutely not, just Africans. What researchers call everybody Africans? And my research was specific to people who were using it and misapplied it as an ethnonym. Well, they didn't apply it at all as ethnonym, but it was a race factor. This guy
Bro,
is saying,
bro, can I say something, Ron?
no. I know.
He gave me 10 things. I got to the middle of the first one and you cut me off.
Yeah, but because I wanted to know people. I don't want to know generic.
But
it's
you
just saying.
stopped me
I want
at
to know
number
what.
one.
Because that's why I said you asked the question wrong.
I asked the question wrong. Either I asked the question wrong or he doesn't like the answer he knows he's going to hear. He doesn't want to hear that answer. And I think that's really what it is. He just doesn't want to hear that answer. But the real answer is that Africans throughout history have used Black as a proper pronoun ethnonym, whether as a unifying force for their independence movements or as a Pan-Africanist term of unification. Black Americans may have used it for the longest period of time and may continue to use it today as an ethnonym the way other people in the diaspora choose not to use it. But they certainly are not the first people to use it as a proper noun ethnonym. And because of that, they certainly don't now have a right to be the only ones to use it. The term Black belongs to Africa and its people. All of its people. And it's not exclusive to any of them. Especially the ones of them that are trying to distance themselves from Africa and would rather be native Indians than Africans. They certainly do not come close to deserving to have a monopoly on the term Black. If anything, they've disqualified themselves from it. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about for this video. If you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, leave a comment. Tell us why you don't like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have more videos for you to like or comment on. And hit that notification bell. And you done know. We're gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. When God spoke his words, they said he was deranged. Marley sung his songs, they said the same. Malcolm X and Martin Luther fought relentlessly so we could be better. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they